so I'm gonna have to sit down because obviously, as you can see, these are my incision marks. Have to be very careful. It takes a lot to sit down. Okay. I have to remind myself to be careful. This is gonna be my May reading wrap up. Is a little late because it's already like June 10th or 11th. I think it's June 10th. No, June 9th. And yeah. So I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books last month. 1 fantasy. Oh, nope. 2 fantasies, 2 romances, and 1 historical fiction. So the first fantasy I read was Blood Like Magic. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna turn this a little bit so you can see me more. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust the lighting. It's hard to do this stuff for myself. Blood Like Magic by Lizelle Sambury. And as you can see, I did tab in this one. Trying so you can see the book and not my face. Basically, this was about Voya Thomas and her family, and they basically are witches. And to become a witch and like get your power, you have to pass a calling when you become a certain age. They go through like this process where they bleed, and then they become they have to wear like all white or whatever, and then they're like they go through a process to get, they like to have a calling, which their ancestors give them a task. Sorry. Give them a task and they have to finish it. Well, they have to complete it in the set amount of time so that they become, can become a witch and get their powers. If they do not pass the calling, they basically kind of like get banished from the family, and that's the last of them. So Voya's family is a pure family, which means that they do not kill people to make their powers better, but there are other witches who do, but their family had stopped that years ago. Sorry, I'm trying not to show it as much because I know it's probably uncomfortable for other people to see, and I'm swollen, so yeah, and my shoulders are messed up too, so we're just working with what we got going on right here. I'm gonna be home for 2 weeks, so I'm gonna try to get as much reading done as possible, hoping I can get done with my TBR and then read way more books than I anticipated for this month, but we will see. But I know I probably will get done with my TBR since I have so much time to just chill. I took my first shower today. Surgery was yesterday. I showered that morning, but then I couldn't do anything else the rest of the day. So I'm feeling a little refreshed. My hair looks crazy though. And I don't have my Kendra Scott necklace on because I had to take it off for surgery. And yeah, so I just have my ring and my earrings in. But anyways, back to what you guys are here for. You guys don't care about that. Back to what you guys are here for. Voya gets this impure task where she has to like kill someone, or at least that's what she thinks she has to do. But she figures out that she doesn't have to actually have to kill her first love. She has to destroy him somehow. And I don't want to spoil it, but they go through this process finding out that they're connected with this human because he was connected to their aunt, and he's after their family's magic still, the same way he was the first time, because he was trying to make his father immortal. And okay, I'm bad at describing, but it was really good. This was a 5. All my books this month were, well, all my books for May were 5 stars. So this was a 5-star read. I cannot wait to read the second book in this duology, which is called Blood Like Fate. I don't have it yet because I'm waiting for it to come out in paperback. Because if I have the first book in paperback, I'm not getting the second one in hardcover. So I'm waiting for this one to come out. But if you haven't gotten this, you should get it. This is Bridget Kimmerer's Defy the Night. This is also a duology as of right now. I'm not sure if it's going to be, if there's going to be more books in the series, but this is the first one, and the second one is called Defend the Dawn, which I can't wait to read that one because I was so obsessed with this book. I could not put this book down. I was so excited to read it. As you can see, I tabbed in this one as well. I tabbed as much as possible. This was about Tessa, who lives in the wilds of Candela, is what the place is called. And she watched a bunch of her people in town suffer from like this virus, like this sickness for too long. They called it like the fever or something. And they were supposed to be getting administered medicine, but they are poor, so they couldn't really afford it as much. So she was working with this guy Wes to steal medicine basically. And they were administering it to the people of the wilds, trying not to get caught. But eventually they do, and it tells you that on the back. Eventually they do, and she finds out a lot of stuff that she didn't know. Like she was running around with somebody who has a bunch of power, and he was pretending to be someone else. He was sneaking out of the palace pretending to be someone else, and just a lot of things go wrong, but he did save her. So we see they're like friends, they want to be in love, but he knows he can't be because of who he actually is, and she can't see who he actually is. And then she has to she thinks that her friend dies, that she's also in love with, she thinks that he dies, and so she wants to get inside the palace. So she delivers something for the lady she was working for, who's like an apothecary basically, and she delivers the delivery that needed to go. And so she somehow got past the guards and got way into the palace, and they thought she was like trying to steal basically. They thought she was trying to steal, or that she was gonna kill the prince and the king, and that's not at all what she was trying to do. She just wanted to talk to somebody and like see where they kept all their like moonflower petals and stuff, so that's what is part of the elixir that helps save these people from the fever. She was trying to give them that, and then like she's an apothecary, like I said, so she was trying to tell them that the doses that they're giving these people are too high, and that if they would give more to the people in the wilds and less to the people, like the correct amount to the people in the kingdom, that they would be better off and less people would be dying, and it wouldn't be so much turmoil and people wouldn't be stealing and acting out or whatever. She eventually finds out why the guy she was in love with / best friends with, she finally figures out why she never knew what he looked like, and she could only see his eyes or whatever, and only hear his voice. And it takes a turn from there, but they do become like, it does go to like enemies to lovers kind of. And it's also kind of like found family. And they find out that a lot of the consuls and things are plotting against the king and trying to overthrow him. So yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know if I made any sense. I want medicine, so I'm trying to like make as much sense as possible. I might just read the descriptions on the back of the book and then tell you what I thought about it. But I noticed how my fantasies were both purple. And then my next book is a romance. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you how many pages I read this month too. This book, Blood Like Magic, had okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go through this and see. This had 484 pages. And then if I seem like I have low energy, it's because I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm trying. I just want to keep the videos up since I'm going to be home for so long. I don't want to miss like 2 weeks worth of videos when I have time to film. So oh my gosh, they put so much extra stuff in this book that doesn't need to be in here. I couldn't get to the pages. This one was 443 pages. And then this is my next book, a romance. It's Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This is a popular book. It's a second chance marriage, like a second chance marriage. It's really good. It says a scorching novel. Oh, it hurts to laugh. It says a scorching novel about hope and healing and what it truly means to love for a lifetime from a powerhouse writer. So you're dealing with two main characters, Yasmin and what is his name? Oh my god, why did I just forget his name? Yasmin and Josiah. They got married young, had kids. They were like head over heels in love, never really had any issues until, which, check your trigger warnings, and this is nothing that isn't on the back. They go through like this really huge issue and it tears their family apart to a point where they decide to go get a divorce, and the kids live with her, but they still see their dad, like they co-parent very well, but they are still like in denial at the fact that they are still in love with each other. Excuse me, that's gonna happen a lot too. They're like in denial about the fact that they're still in love with each other, and so they start trying to see other people, and it makes the both of them jealous. When they're both seeing other people, they make each other jealous, and they end up doing a few things they shouldn't do. They sleep together, and then they sleep together, then they try to give love a second chance. And all I'm saying is you should read this book. It is like a lot of heavy topics going on in the book: death, child loss, a lot of things. You just will have to read it, but I'm going to read you the back so you can get a better description than what I'm trying to give you. I'm going to give you my description, then I'm going to give you the book's description. Their love was supposed to last forever, but when life delivered blow after devastating blow, Yasmin and Josiah Wade found that love alone couldn't solve or save anything. Couldn't save their marriage. Yasmin wasn't prepared for how her life fell apart, but she's finally starting to find joy again. She and Josiah have found a new rhythm, co-parenting their 2 kids and running a thriving business together. Yet like magnets, they're always drawn back to each other. Now they're beginning to wonder if they're truly ready to let go of everything they once had. Soon one stolen kiss leads to another, and then more. It's hot, it's illicit, it's all good until wounds reopen. Is it too late for them to find forever, or could they even be better the second time around? Miss Kennedy Ryan, let me just say, you did that. This book had me feeling every emotion. I cried, I laughed, I was angry. I was talking to the book like y'all can hear me, and I know y'all can't. But this book was 376 pages. And I cannot cannot wait. Oh, and I love the fact that this book came with discussion questions in the back. I'm not gonna leave it up there for long because I want y'all to be able to see it. What? What? Huh? You can talk. What?
You good?
Yeah. Just my brother checking on me. And then there's recipes. There's recipes in the back. There's one for limoncello pound cake, Josiah's sweet potato pancakes, corn pudding, vinaigrette, and yeah, I want to try all of those. So thank you, Miss Kennedy Ryan. And there's a playlist. There is a playlist, and yeah, they knew what they were doing right there. This book I did not tab because when I first got this book I didn't have my tabs yet, and I really didn't understand how annotation and tabbing works. But you kind of make up your own key or whatever for that. Like, you figure that out on your own, and if I would have known that sooner, I would have been tapping way back then. I just put a key in the front of the book, like whatever page, like on a page like this was given to me, so I'd keep my like notes from Amazon in there. A lot of my books have been gifted to me actually, but this is about Hannah Martin, and she is like a young bachelor, if you want to call her that, or bachelorette. I don't know what you say, you know, when men are like not married and they're looking for someone. She's a young bachelorette, or however you want to call it. And she grew up in LA with her family, and then they decided to move to, I think, what was it, Italy? I think it's Italy or France. Oh, well, ignore me. I think it was Italy with her family. Her family moved with her sister for school and dance and her job or whatever, and she wanted to stay behind, so she lived with her best friend Gabby. They're still best friends to this day, except for Hannah was living in New York and her life was falling apart out there, so she decided to move back to LA. She moved in with Gabby and her husband, and it just takes you through the friendship, relationships, some relationship breakups, and some new relationships gained. Hannah and her family get back on better pages, and it's just a lot going on. So it says, at the age of 29, Hannah Martin still has no idea what she wants to do with her life. She has lived in 6 different cities and has held countless meaningless jobs since college. But on the heels of a disastrous breakup, she's finally returned to her hometown of Los Angeles to celebrate her first night back. Her best friend Gabby takes Hannah out to a bar where she bumps into her high school boyfriend Ethan. Forgot to mention that. And this is like, it's giving you two different realities. So if she goes home with Gabby that night, or if she goes home with Ethan that night, it takes you through 2 completely different timelines, and completely different things happen in each timeline. So like, one timeline she goes home with Ethan, one time she goes home with Gabby, and there's just a lot of different things, but kind of the same things happening on both sides. It's just telling you, if she went home with Ethan, this is what would happen, and if she went home with Gabby, this is how it panned out. Both times she gets in an accident, like this happens in the beginning of the book, so I'm not really spoiling anything. She gets into an accident, and her life changes from there. But it says, she finally returned to her hometown of Los Angeles to celebrate her first night back. Oh, we read that part already. It's just past midnight when Gabby asks Hannah if she's ready to go. Ethan quickly offers to give her a ride later if she wants to stay. Hannah hesitates. What happens if she leaves with Gabby? What happens if she leaves with Ethan? In concurrent storylines, Hannah lives out the effects of each decision. Quickly, those parallel universes develop into surprisingly different stories with far-reaching consequences for Hannah and the people around her, raising questions including, is anything meant to be? How much in our lives is determined by chance? And perhaps most compellingly, is there a such thing as a soulmate? Hannah believes there is, and in both worlds, she believes she's found him. And she finds her best, well, she knows Gabby is her best friend soulmate, and just their friendship is beautiful. I love it. The relationships are beautiful. Second chance romance on one end, and then like a newfound romance on the other. but her and her ex are best friends on the other end. So it's just it takes you to two different storylines, and it's pretty good. And then this was another book I read. This was The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and she is an auto-buy author for me. Taylor Jenkins Reid is an auto-buy author for me. Kennedy Ryan has become an auto-buy author. Bridget Kimmerer has become an auto-buy author, and so has Lizelle Sambury, because all of their books blew me away. That hurt. Took me in different directions I didn't expect to go to, and yeah. And this is actually becoming a movie, so I'm gonna watch it with my mom when it comes out, because we did read this together with our book group. And actually we read this with our book group. We read both of these in our book group, but this one was this month's pick. I just didn't finish this. I finished this at the beginning of the month instead of the end of last month, the month before last, because this was our first book club pick. But The Nightingale is about two different sisters who, I'm pretty sure it's World War II. Yeah, so they live in Paris and during World War II, and they kind of take two different paths and what they do with their lives. One of them starts helping immigrants, pilots or whatever from France. They start helping them escape and go to better land where they can be like live a normal life or a better life than them getting captured and killed. And then one sister is like taking all these children and keeping them at a daycare and keeping them safe and taken care of. When on one hand she also has to take this little kid in because his mom and his sister got killed. So it goes through found family, second chance romance. There are some heavy topics in here, so please check your trigger warnings again. But this says, with courage, grace, and powerful insight, best-selling author Kristen Hanna captures the epic panorama of World War II and illuminates an intimate part of history seldom seen. The Women's War, The Nightingale tells the stories of two sisters separated by years and experience, by ideals, passion, and circumstance, each embarking on her own dangerous path towards survival, love, and freedom in German-occupied, war-torn France. A heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and the durability of women. It is a novel for everyone, a novel for a lifetime. This was so beautifully written. When I say beautifully written, it was so beautifully written, and I did not want to put it down. This book was the biggest book, I think, of the year. Yeah, this was 502 pages. No, hold on. This was 570 pages. And it has discussion questions in here as well, but we did not do these ones. But anytime our book has discussion questions, I think that's how my book group is going to continue to go through their own Facebook. But those are all the books I read. Ooh, hold on. These are all the books I read for the month. I'm just trying to get a thumbnail really quickly. And then leave in the comments any book challenges or anything you would like me to do while I am at home doing nothing for the next few weeks. And yeah, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, and subscribe. And if you have a booktube channel and you would like me to watch it, let me know that in the comments too as well. Laying in bed now, I forgot to tell you guys that in the beginning of this video that I read, this is where it ends. I'm gonna put the author's name here because I don't know how to pronounce it and I don't want to ruin it. But that book was also a 5 stars. Check your trigger warnings because it involves a school shooting and a lot of death and gore and different things. So
this book, and I love it.
It's just an emotional roller
So
coaster, but it
much.
was really
Definitely
good.
go
And I
check out
forgot
this
to
book.
mention
Go buy
that,
it on
so
Amazon
yeah.
if you haven't already.